Top of the top, y'all. It's your boy Show tapping in again with yet another deal breakdown. As always, I'm going to go through the deal, tell you guys how much we made on the deal, any problems we had during the transaction with title, the buyer, the seller. Also going to tell you guys exactly how we found the deal, what marketing strategy we use, all the juice of the deal as always. And this deal is a little bit different. We didn't make a huge assignment fee or huge profit on this, but the way we acquired this deal is so different. We've never done it before. I've never heard anyone else finding a deal like this, but this just goes to show, especially to aspiring wholesalers or investors, there are so many ways to find deals out here. All you have to do is be aware, be present, and be consistent, all right? Get creative, man. Get out here and find these deals. They are out here just like this one. So let's go. Let's tap into it. All right, y'all. So this deal is crazy. This deal actually came from Let Go, the app. That's right. Similar to Craigslist or similar to OfferUp. The Let Go app is where we locked up this deal, man. And so just to give you guys some backstory, my partner Justin and I, we do some cold calling, we do some radio marketing, we send mailers here and there, do drive them for dollars, things like that for leads. Obviously, we pull tax data. We get leads in a lot of ways, guys. But what we were doing is we use the Canva app, which is free. And that allows you to create posters, flyers, little signs that you can use on social media, things like that. So we used the Canva app. We just pretty much created a We Buy Houses flyer, put our website on there, put our phone number on there, just put a couple of our benefits as far as we buy as is, we buy cash, the normal benefits for wholesaling. So we put that out there. We created that flyer on Canva, and what we would do is we would just post that flyer multiple times in multiple Facebook groups online, just to see if we can get any traction, see if we can get any leads, because those are essentially free leads. We're creating a flyer for free on Canva, canva.com. That's an app you can use to create flyers and all other type of stuff. I even edit my YouTube thumbnails on Canva, all right? So that's a great tool to use, guys, great resource. So we'll create those flyers, and like I said, just post in Facebook groups, in different type of Facebook groups, garage sales, estate sales, all things for sale in surrounding areas, real estate, by any type of investor or wholesaler or real estate group, or for sale by owner groups. They're even for sale by owner groups on Facebook, where all these people are selling properties that they own. They're not using a realtor or anything like that. They are for sale by owner. That's what FSBO means. And so a lot of these Facebook groups, you can find tons of Facebook groups that have to do with real estate or buy and sell, garage sales, things like that. You can always find people in there who are looking to sell their home, or those people are looking to make quick cash, or they resort to places like that to try and sell things and get cash. And sometimes that includes their property, all right? Just like you can look on Craigslist. So we will post those ads on Craigslist. We will post them in multiple Facebook groups. I'm in Dallas, so obviously we would do DFW real estate, Texas investors, things like that. A lot of groups, you really want to get into groups that have consumers, normal everyday people, not necessarily investors. So that's why we would go to the garage sale groups and things like that. But anyway, you can post those ads in Facebook groups, post them on Craigslist under housing. And then we just decided to also post on the Let Go app. For whatever reason, we're like, you know what, this is another way we can do it. Let's post on there. So we would post those same flyers in the Let Go app. And months and months went by. We actually stopped doing that because a lot of Facebook groups had banned it. I'm not sure if they still have it banned, because we have actually stopped doing that form of marketing. But that is a free way that you guys can get into it, especially if it's not oversaturated. Once we started doing it, a lot of people started doing it, so a lot of the Facebook groups kind of kick people out from doing it. But if you're not in DFW, you're in other states, other cities, whatever, your Facebook groups may not have caught on to that. They might not be as saturated, so I definitely say give it a shot. And even then, all of the Facebook groups, we're not banning it, just some. So definitely give it a shot if you're just starting out. That is a form of free marketing that could bring you free leads. So we put that on the Let Go app, forgot about it. Months and months and months passed by, and those posts, they stay there. So a lady actually reached out to my business partner because his phone number was on that ad. She actually reached out through Let Go and said, hey, are you guys still interested in buying property? I mean, simple as that, man. From a free flyer that we posted on a free app months ago, a lady ended up hitting us up, man, and asking if we were interested in buying her property. This was actually in San Angelo, Texas. I had never even heard of San Angelo, Texas. If you're from Texas, you know there are hundreds of cities, some that you may have never even heard of, even if you've been living here all your life like I have. So we did some market research, ran our comps, things like that, and found out that it was a small city, but there was investor activity in the area. So we ended up making her an offer. The house was actually in okay condition. Her and her husband, the seller, her and her husband had moved into the house. He had passed away recently, and they had already did some updates to the property. So the property was not in bad condition. It was in fairly livable condition, moving condition, possibly rent ready. But we never physically went out and seen the property. We never physically met the seller. Everything was virtual, okay? She reached out to the Let Go app, and we just started communication by phone. Got her to sign an agreement via DocuSign, email, as always. We ended up finding some buyers who were local in San Angelo that were interested. It was a new couple that were younger, looking to build their rental portfolio. It worked for them. We ended up getting the property locked up at $50,000 with the seller, and then our buyers turned around and picked it up for $56,000. So we were able to make only a $6,000 spread. But again, this is a completely free lead that we did not have to pay for at all. And we also had forgotten about this marketing source. So she just came out of nowhere. But I keep referencing that, guys, to just say, get creative when you are looking for leads, all right? You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Definitely, you can still draw for dollars, pull county data, use PropStream, use List Source, all of those things that people preach all the time, because there are good leads, using those resources. But also, guys, just try to stay creative and look for free ways to find leads. That could come from referrals, posting these same type of flyers on your personal social media. I have gotten 3 referrals from just posting every day, we buy houses, and I pay a referral fee. And people have reached out to me, and we have done deals simply from posting on my Facebook, all right? Also, another source of free leads. But back to the Let Go app, back to this deal. So with the seller, she was a fairly easygoing lady, but like I said, this was a small town. So, she probably didn't get around a lot. She didn't have a car. She didn't even have a valid ID, which of course is going to be needed in order for us to close a real estate deal, all right? So we ended up having to call her several Ubers to take her from her house to the DMV so she could get a valid license. The first couple of times she was missing documents. She would go back home, go back. I mean, it was a complete runaround, and we were paying for these Ubers. And so, that kind of racked up. We spent a lot of money. I won't say a lot of money, maybe a couple $100 on that, but we ended up taking that out of the purchase price. So that's not something that came out of our pocket at the end. We did pay for it up front, but we also calculated all of that and took it out of the purchase price, which the seller was perfectly fine with. She just wanted to get rid of the house. So we finally got her a valid ID. And that was a struggle, maybe months of back and forth and trying to get the right paperwork and ordering this and doing that, just trying to get her on track to get a valid ID. We finally did that. And so next problem was she had a son who was staying there who did not want to leave. He wasn't paying anything as far as mortgage, rent, or anything on the house. It was kind of just, hoarding, just shacking up, staying there. So she had a problem with him, actually had to call the police to get him out. That was a whole ordeal. But again, we're virtual. We're not in their vicinity. So we didn't play any role in that. She completely took care of that. She ended up getting him out. So after having our buyers under contract for a couple of months, we were finally able to close this deal. We were able to get our money back that we put into helping her as far as moving her things, calling Ubers, paying for her license, all type of stuff. We were able to get all that money back, just subtracting it from the purchase price. And we communicated that with her. She was perfectly fine with that. Most people are when you tell them, hey, you don't have to pay anything out of pocket. We'll cover any problems that arise. And then we just take that out of the purchase agreement at the end. That's usually how it works, guys. That's how we did it. And that is how we were able to make $6K on a completely free lead on a 100% virtual deal. That was our first 100% virtual deal where it was somewhere we never saw the house, we never met the seller. That's not our business model, but obviously it can be done. And so there it is, guys. You have it, man. Get creative when you're looking for these deals. They are out there, and just continue to put your marketing material into the world, okay? Market on your social media. Tell all your friends. Reach out to realtors. Be active in Facebook groups. Go to meetups. Have cards. Pass them out. Whatever it is, guys. Just continuously push out your marketing material. If you're doing bandit signs, keep putting them down. Even if people aren't calling, you never know how you will reach that one person who can be that right person, and it'll turn into a deal for you. That has happened so many times for us, guys, where we've gotten calls from people who we text or left voicemails for months ago, ages ago, and they just call out of nowhere, or they just call from letters that we sent a long time ago. You just never know how you're going to reach that right seller, guys. So continue to, put your energy out there, continue to put your marketing material out there, and keep hunting for these deals. They are there. Hope you are locking some up right now. Hope you can lock some more up soon. But that's my deal breakdown for today, guys. Get creative. Keep going after those leads. We made $6K from the Let Go app. That's never been heard of. If you find anyone else who has done a wholesale deal from the Let Go app, comment below. I want to meet this person. They are a genius just like us. They're very creative. I want to meet this person so we can try to work together, see what else we can come up with, all right? So until next time, y'all, it's your boy Show, clocking out. Tap in.